Turn down services where we do our little skincare routine and kind of get ready for bed. And we talk about some products and we talk about some tools and some tips and what's going on in life and just all the things. So I like to say we commune in the spirit of beauty. So welcome, whatever time you are catching this. Um, I hope you've had a beautiful week. Definitely feeling this energy shift with the new moon and all of that. I also believe that beauty is kind of a ritual, you know? It's a ritual. So we are into a little spirituality here. Don't mind it. Um, got the tunes playing in the background. I went to the international, one of the international grocery stores here earlier today and got this latte. Let's see how it tastes. Pretty good. It's not too sweet, but in case you don't know, green tea is also really, really good for the lymphatic system, for your overall health. Actually, I like it because it's making me want to take repeated sips. It is refreshing. I like it. I'm sure they have it at whatever international grocery store is close to you. So we're gonna get into the skincare routine. I was gonna actually curl my hair for y'all, but then I said we're getting ready for bed, and it's just my folks, so they don't care that much. But I did tell y'all that I was getting my hair cut this week, and she did cut a little bit off. And I got that good silk press, honey. And I have been enjoying not having my hair swell all the way up this week. So I think just one of those, I'm coming back around to a place. I mean, I am a master cosmetologist. I know how to do a lot of things, but I'm coming back around to just want to have my services done. It was nice to just sit there and not have to blow dry my hair myself. You know, she can get to angles that I just can't get to. So again, honey, there is absolutely nothing wrong with letting the professionals do. Please take my money. Epicutis is what we're starting with, as you can see. We have been using this. It is an oil cleanser, and we're going to start with massage like we normally do. And I don't know about y'all. I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to be addicted to like a magnifying mirror and getting up in that mirror and picking on my face. And so I found myself up in the mirror for whatever reason today. Um, just looking at my skin up close. And I also noticed like right in this area too, um, because I have been kind of like back in the gym. But I have these headphones that I wear and I sweat right around this area. So I'm making sure that I am cleansing those headphones with alcohol after each use. But anyway, found myself back up in the mirror and my skin is a little dry. It's a little drier um than I'm used to. Um so I'm gonna keep my routine the same, but I am gonna definitely continue to focus on restoring my skincare barrier. It does not mean that I'm going to go hard with a bunch of extra moisturizers or anything like that. You know, there's a difference between hydration and moisturizing the skin. But you know, probably need to hydrate. Actually did have a few cocktails yesterday. So that may have an effect on it too. But just saying all that to say, um, that consistency, you know, being able to not freak out about what's going on with your skin, but when you have that relationship with it and you're caring for it all the time, you can see those small adjustments, and you have products in your routine to help balance things out. In case you're wondering, I have used this tool before. This massage tool is called a Kanza wand. And this metal here, it's supposed to be a special metal that helps detox your muscles and the lymphatic system. But it just feels really, really good to get the blood flow going. I'm always talking about this neck area and how I am wanting to smooth that out as much as possible. And I'm going to be working on a new setup. Since we have our live down and we have gotten ourselves to the place where it's kind of second nature to show up here on Sundays, now we can add a little variation. So, like I like to say, this whole movement about what we're doing with turn down service is totally it is it is exactly that. It is teaching ourselves consistency. um it's not always easy. It's not easy for everybody. Everybody's not super regimented. I have a creative mind, and I sometimes I need a little help with that. I was just telling my friend today, that yes, I need a little more discipline to reach some of my goals. And I don't know if I said this last week, but because this is just one of those things, we all look in the mirror and we see ourselves differently than most people do. But I see hyperpigmentation right here. And just to be mindful as well that any heat that your body is experiencing, and that doesn't mean that you're just in the sun and you're not protecting your skin, but the fact that you are hot in itself can trigger melasma. It can trigger the melasma to flare up. And so that is where that pigmentation is rooted deeper in the dermis. And so again, things like melasma, some types of hyperpigmentation, there are things that we manage. We don't particularly get rid of them. But just so you're not beating yourself up, um, any type of heat, just the fact that it's hot outside, can trigger that melasma to kind of come back. So don't feel like all your work is in vain, honey. Just stick to your routine, stick to what you got going on, and the results will come. They will. So I'm gonna go back to this Mela B3 Valorous Rosé. It is a um it it's it's for melanated skin. And anyone who is trying to work on pigmentation. And ideally, we do like to cleanse for a full 60 seconds. I'm afraid it's not doing what it's supposed to do today. We normally don't get to the full 60 on here, but that is the goal. 45 to 62 seconds of cleansing. I did get out that skincare 101. It was breaking down how when we cleanse, if we're not cleansing properly, we have kind of like a thick layer of sunscreen, dirt, oil, debris, just kind of blocking what some of those other key ingredients, like the ingredients that actually work in this cleanser to help with pigmentation, they need to be able to penetrate the skin. So this cleansing part is actually extremely, extremely important. And products like this can actually dry the skin too, um, which is why sometimes I do like to just stick with the routine. I like to alternate, especially with cleansers, so that I'm not drying my skin completely out. Again, hydrating is different than moisturizing. So sometimes I don't need any actives. I just need my skin to be clean. Clean and hydrated. Okay. And I'm not gonna hold you. Will never ever um underestimate the effect of good lighting too. Good lighting. It helps. It helps. Okay. So next up, we are going with the retinol by Naturium. Still loving this product. This is how much I am using because the sun is still up. Love the creamy texture. If you are 35 and above, I highly recommend that you should be using a retinol in your skin routine. And that's where you're going to see that texture refinement, that smooth texture. Also can help with acne prone skin. Just all the things that we try to combat. A good retinol. You cannot go wrong, baby. I did get a new product this week that I am excited to share with you. It is a body product. And I also wanted to give an update on the Rock skincare. For those who have the under eye issues, I was saying that I got this product, kind of like a PR sample, and was gonna try to use it consistently, but immediately noticed the red bumps under my eyes, that I have had some issues with that in the past. So just for me, under eye products, I'm not sure what it is. Again, it's not a big trouble spot for me. So I don't tend to use a whole lot of under eye products. But clearly my skin doesn't like it. It's not that the product is bad, it's just not for me. So I still would recommend it for anyone who has more, deep under eye issues. I just know that I tend to react to it. Showing you these two. Naturium, the Do Glow SPF. This is also the La Roche. I mix both of them because this one has just a little bit of a cast to it sometimes. And I like the moisture of this one. As you can see, have used it down the ground. And we'll be purchasing again. Um, I kind of love being at that point too with my skincare where I'm not using something new all the time. Again, consistency isn't always sexy, but the results get us where we need to be. The results are sexy enough. And it's great when you can just kind of re-up on things. You know they work. You know what it's going to do for your skin. And you're not taking a crapshoot on every product that is marketing to how you feel about your skin. Love the finish. Love the finish of this stuff. My skin is still kind of moist, so you got that nice dewy look to it. But I may end up using the barrier bounce. Because like I was saying, skin is a little dry and really want to work on restoring that skincare barrier, especially we are now 2 weeks out of doing that chemical peel that we did. So, you know, everything that's happening actually makes sense. Yes. Okay. Wanted to tell you about this We the People. It is the body gloss. It's kind of like a hydrating oil to be used after, bathing. I haven't tried it yet, but this has been on my list. And I was so tempted to get it during the Sephora sale. I got this one off of TikTok shop. So yes, honey, it has that orange blossom fragrance to it, and I cannot wait to shower. I also have their body wash, so I can't wait to shower. Put this on my already wet, glistening skin, honey, and then put a little moisture on top. This is the body wash, and I love this. It has lactic acid in it. Love a body wash that exfoliates, especially not with any like scrubbing beads or anything like that. Just with the acids, just does the body right. And I like to use this with the African sponge. Really, 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 really nice. So I'm super excited to use these together, and that is just going to be such a treat. Such a treat. I know it's the little things, honey, but to be going to bed smelling all good with your skin feeling all silky and soft, like, I don't know. It's something about bathing for me that it soothes my soul. It truly calms my nervous system, and I just enjoy it. I could probably take 5 showers a day, honestly, or just sit in a tub and soak. Like, I love that. I think I just put a bunch of oil on my shirt. No worries. Yeah, I believe that'll do it. That'll do it for us this evening. Just kind of keeping it calm and simple, and just sticking with the consistency. One thing I did want to touch on, if you haven't had a chance to check out my newsletter, get your live newsletter. A little late, but we still got it done. We're just talking about idea, the ideology, the process of being in liberation. And just in case, it's 4:44 on the clock right now. So that is my confirmation to share this. It's interesting, like I'm here in New Orleans, I'm feeling good, but I constantly think about what it was like for people who were enslaved at one point, and like they came out. And just because you are quote unquote free, and how I'm using this in context with myself, just because I'm in a new space, that I feel very, very free to be myself, doesn't always mean that my mindset has caught up, and so I'm really taking a lot more time these days, to make sure that I'm answering questions and I'm making decisions out of my liberated mind and not just flowing with conditioning, you know. Um, some of the walls I used to put up, some of the things I used to do to cope, they aren't necessary here, And so imagine when you've been like in a war zone, or you walk around feeling like danger is always there. Um And not that it can't come back, and not that you don't need those instincts, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing to consider. So sometimes we are constantly like fantasizing about what life would be like if I didn't have XYZ. Um, you make the plans, you get to that point, but just be mindful and don't be hard on yourself if your mindset has not immediately like clicked and switched over. Have to give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace for enduring and just learning, learning something new. So don't beat yourself up, chill, because the world got enough of that for you. So, anywho, I hope that makes sense. I hope it helps somebody. I hope your skin is looking amazing and that this time together, keeps you inspired to keep doing something beautiful for yourself. So, I love you. We will see you next Sunday, God willing, and enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Bye.